Good afternoon, happy stampers, and welcome to my Happy Stamping Studio. My name is Judy Anderson from judystamps.com, and we are going to be creating a fun card today using one of my favorite designer series packs from our annual catalog. So you guys all know our annual catalog is going to be ending pretty soon, and I want to urge you guys to go in and grab those favorites now because they are sure to run out. So can you guess what my favorite paper is from this catalog? I actually have two. This is one of two. The Unbounded Beauty. This designer series paper is gorgeous. I bought several packs of this and have gone through them because I just love that on one side you got some real bright patterns and on the other sides you got some softer patterns that can be used for a variety of stamping projects. Now, I was going to make an Easter card today and use the stamp set that I used last week, which was the Storybook Friends stamp set. And I thought, no, we're going to switch things up again this week and use a different stamp set. So I am going to be using the Winterly Tops, but I am only using this for the sentiment. I am not really going to be doing a lot of stamping today. We're going to be using our paper and die cuts. Now, the die cuts that I am using are two of them. One is the Unbounded Love dies. We're using that for our label, our mat, for our sentiment. And the other one is the Flower of Beauty dies. And we're using it for a sprig. My colors are Pretty in Pink, Soft Seafoam, and then the Unbounded Beauty Designer Series paper and some basic white. We're going to get started with doing our stamping first. And so on our basic white, I am going to stamp the words sending thanks. Now in the stamp set, it's got sending thanks and much love. I don't want to include the and much love on my card today. So we are going to be using our Smoky Slate Stampin' Write marker to omit the bottom words. Now there's several ways you can do this. You could use some masking tape and cover the words up if you wanted. I am going to be using the marker today. So once again, it's our Stampin' Write marker in Smoky Slate. I am using the brush tip here, and when I use this, I am going to just color it using the side of the marker. Here we go. Okay, so we've got that. Now we're going to huff because we want to reactivate that ink. And then I'm going to stamp right here. And it doesn't matter if I'm stamping on this straight or not because I'm going to be punching it out or using the die cut to cut it out. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our mini cut and emboss machine up here. Hi, make sure you guys say hello as you come in today. Let me know where you're coming from. Let me know what the weather's like by you. Oh my gosh, you guys, yesterday we had summer weather here. And today it's getting colder. This afternoon it's supposed to be down, I think in the lower 40s, upper 30s. And yesterday we had 70. Life in Illinois. Okay, we're going to stair step our platform. I'm going to put down my sentiment, my paper with my sentiment on it. I am going to put my label, my die cut on here, and I'm going to make sure that it looks straight. It may be crooked on the paper. What I'm doing is I am actually looking at my words to make sure they're straight. I'm going to put the top plate on, and I just kind of smash it down and then start it. And then once it's started, I can lift my hand up and just go right through. Easy peasy. Okay, so we have our sentiment is ready. Okay, next I'm going to cut out my sprig. Now I'm going to be cutting out my sprig from my matte layer. And I am using soft seafoam, and it is small enough to fit in here. So we're going to line this up again, and as long as I keep this in the middle and don't go to the edges, I'm fine. This is a great paper saving trick. So if you're looking at ways of saving cardstock, this is a great way of doing it, is doing your punching or your die cutting out of your mats. Now you can only do this though when your mat is going to be covered in the back. Okay, so we're going to take that out. Let's move our machine and remove our paper and our die cut. So we have our die cut here. Now I'm just going to take my fingers and just roll them just like this to get those little chads out. I could also use my brush, which I think I'm going to be using because they're not falling out as quickly as I want them to. So I just grab my foam mat, my brush, and just roll over it, and it should get all those little die and chads out. Oh, we got a couple that are kind of stuck in there. So let me grab my take your pick tool, and we're just going to poke those out here. Now, they probably would have come out a little bit easier if I went forward and back. So there we go. We've got that cut. And our mat. So like I was saying, this is a paper saving idea. So that is my mat from my designer series paper. And I cut that out of the center so I can put it on like this, and nobody's going to see it because that's going to go onto the card front. So let's get our silicone mat out and our glue. I'm using my liquid glue, and you always want to put your glue on the smaller piece so you make sure that it does not go outside of this mat. Okay, now we're going to get our card base. I folded it, and I'm going to get my bone folder, which I just had here. There we go. And go ahead and burnish that score line. Okay, we're going to place this directly onto our card front. Now we could emboss this. I could have added a layer of white, would be another addition to this, and have it embossed behind here. But I'm thinking that this is going to be enough pattern. I want to keep this simply elegant today. Okay, now we have our sentiment and our sprig. We're just going to put this right here. I want it here. Now, I don't glue this all down. I like it when it pops up and you get that 3D effect. So I'm just going to take some glue right in here and place it right like this. Okay. Now, I am going to pop up my sentiment with my Stampin' Dimensionals. Let's get those on. Well, we love dimension on our cards. It adds a little bit of extra pizzazz to your cards without taking much time. Okay. Oops, my chads aren't wanting to come off today. There we go. Okay, we're going to put this right down here. I could add a ribbon. Let me see what I have here. I'm going to add a little bit of twine, actually. So I didn't put this all the way down yet. I kind of hesitated. So I am just going to wrap this around my fingers a couple times. Use my paper snips or your scissors to cut that. Now I'm going to take that off and I'm going to switch this up. The first time I'm going to go around 2 fingers. I'm going to bring it around and go around 3 fingers. And then I'm just going to grab it. Okay, I am going to grab another Stampin' Dimensional and place it on the center here. I'm going to lay this down to where I want it. And it doesn't have to be really exacting. And these can flip out wherever they want to go. I'm going to try to get those adhered on with my dimensionals in the back. So see how these strings are out? They're actually going to stay that way a little bit because of my dimensionals. Okay, now our card is almost done. Have you guys checked out our online exclusives that were just released? We had our two new kits and some online exclusives released last week. And these basic gray and smoky slate pearls were in there. And I think that they are just beautiful. So your basic gray is a little bit darker than your smoky slate. So we could do a combination of these. And that's where I'm bringing in the gray from our sentiment. I'm just going to put 3 of these on here. Do this one down here. And I'm going to put 2 light ones. Do one here. And I'm going to put one right up there. A very simple card today. But who doesn't love simple, right? Now, if we wanted, we could grab a card base and do the inside. And I have this piece here. I don't know what it measures. This is what I'm going to use. I'm going to go into my Flowers of Beauty stamp set. That's also got dies and everything in here. And I am going to grab this stamp. Now, this stamp is different leaves and look kind of florally. So I am going to mount that on there, grab my smoky slate, and I want to add this to the inside of my card. Isn't it gorgeous? Just a simple floral, and it's just gorgeous. Okay, we're going to flip this over. Now I could stamp my envelope also, and when you stamp your envelope, you could put the designer series paper onto the flap and then stamp the flowers on the front, and then you'd have a beautiful envelope that coordinates with your card. So here is the inside of your card and the front of your card. I hope you guys enjoy this. Chris says, hey, hi, weather's not so much nicer than today. Getting cold. It sure is, Chris. I'm not ready for this. I was hoping spring would be here. My daffodils are popping up and my flowers are popping up. So spring is just around the corner, right, everybody? So give this a try. Don't forget, take a look at the annual catalog. Check out those papers, because once they're gone, you guys, they're gone and you won't be able to get them. Don't wait to the last chance list, because we know that more than likely all our designer series paper is going to be going away. So until we meet again, everybody, happy stamping and enjoy your day.